Hey Canucks fans, Clay Emo here at Canuck Clay on Twitter, at Clayton Emo on Instagram. Founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. This is my Canucks take, all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary live, post-game live stream for, what is it, Friday night, February the 19th, on a night where the Vancouver Canucks were shut out 2-0 by the Winnipeg Jets in what I would say was a must-win game. Shut out by Laurent Brossoit. Well, we know now he's the guy who's shut out the Vancouver Canucks twice now in his career, which is not a really, not a good start actually for, not a good look on the Canucks. So right away, I want to say, oh, it looks like we're frozen already, which isn't a good start either. I bought a long Ethernet cable, which I'm going to be using starting next week. That's going to stretch all the way from my router, which is in my other room, all the way to this room here. So that should be good as well. Regardless, thank you for being here. I want to say right off the bat, shout out to my Hall of Fame members, Jens95, simalexander, Just Incredible, and nucksfan number 29. I appreciate you, and I appreciate members of all levels. Whether you are Hall of Fame, franchise, or all-star, you're all listed in my video descriptions. And if you want to join this channel as a member, you can always do so by pressing the join button underneath any of my videos or looking at the membership tab on my channel. So as usual, I'll talk for the first 5 minutes or so, and then I'll turn it over to you. So make sure you save all your questions for the 5-minute mark, and I'll get to as many of them as I can. Right away, no matter where you are, whether you're in my neighborhood of Steveston and Richmond, in the Lower Mainland, in the province, in the country, on the continent, or around the world, thank you for being here. I know that you could be anywhere else, watching anyone else, taking care of anything else, yet you are here, and I appreciate you, and I do not take you for granted. So if you want to subscribe, please do so. If you want to like this video, please do so. Don't like the fact the Canucks lost, but like the fact that we can talk about a Canucks loss all together. And like I said, consider joining this channel as a member. We're getting closer to my goal of 6,000 subs by the end of the month. It was a bit of a lofty goal, but we're almost there. If we do 15 to 20 subs a day up until then, we will make it. It might be close. Membership, we'll see. We're 80% there, but after a big start, it slowed down a little bit, but that's fine. I appreciate all of you guys no matter what. Okay, 2.5 minutes about this game itself. Oh, by the way, and I shout out to Joshua Griffith, appeared on his YouTube channel today for a 40-minute interview on the Canucks, on parody songs, and how long I've been a fan and all that kind of cool stuff. Okay, let's talk about tonight. I'll quickly recap what I talked about in my post-game vlog because it starts us off well. What I liked about tonight's game, I like Thatcher Demko, only allowed one goal, actually, because don't forget the second goal was an empty netter. So he only allowed one goal. That was that Mark Scheifele breakaway. Tough break. Miller trying to get the puck back to Edler. I watched it on replay many times. It looks like the puck bounced a bit just as it got to Edler. So Edler wasn't expecting it to bounce a bit higher, come off the ice, and it hit the top of Edler's stick and then went, and then Scheifele was off to the races. I like Jake Virtanen's game. He only had 8 minutes of ice time, but he had 5 hits. And he got a few shifts in the third period with Bo Horvat and Tanner Pearson. I also liked Nick Schmidt's game. He was very noticeable to me. Yeah, he was -1, but he seemed to be jumping up into the play quite a bit. What I didn't like, obviously I didn't like that one goal. I didn't like the fact that the Canucks went 0 for 2 on their power play, especially when you're down by 1. You really need that power play to connect, and that didn't happen, unfortunately. I also didn't like Forbort. Derek Forbort. Who's Derek Forbort? This big, goofy 6'4" guy. So I have to rewatch. I'm not sure if I guess Hoglander did catch him high. And I guess it's really high if Hoglander's only 5'9" and Forbort 6'4". Then of course Forbort cross-checked him 3 times. So the refs let that go, I guess, because they didn't call the Hoglander elbow or shoulder. They didn't call the cross-checks. But then I don't know how Forbort can go after Hoglander and then everyone's kind of pairing up with everyone. Yet they come out of that scrum at even strength, not even a power play. Now, I'm not sure if we would have scored 2 goals in 41 seconds, but at least, if it's a power play, then you can already pull the goalie right away and it saves you 5 to 10 extra seconds. So who knows? I guess the biggest thing here is the Canucks did not get enough traffic in front of the goalie Brossoit. And, that was probably the biggest story of the game is the Canucks with no traffic in front of him. yeah, full value for a shutout, but also didn't make it that hard on the team. Okay, we're at the 5-minute mark. Let's now get to your comments and questions. Let's go from there. All right, so I'm ready. I hit the 5-minute mark. Thank you for your patience. And now I'm ready to answer your questions as we go. And my ring light just went out too. This is awesome. Give me a second. All right, let's go. Nucks fan number 29. What happened to the interview you did? I thought you were going to post the link. No. Which one? The interview I did with Joshua Griffith. I did post it on my YouTube channel. And if you're talking about my next Zoom chat, which we'll talk about at the end of this, Nucks fan number 29. Let me know what interview you're talking about, because I think maybe I just had a brain fart just now. Fango, hey Clay, what went wrong tonight for the Canucks? I don't think they put enough pressure on the goalie. They got 30 shots, but not a lot of them were tough ones. I don't remember him making an amazing save. I would like them to get to the net a bit sooner. You guys, give me a sec. I'm just gonna check this ring light that keeps bouncing out on me. Let's see. Now you see how dark my room is. Okay, let's see if that's any better. Okay, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Inferno, referee really didn't make a difference in this one. Canucks need to score to win. Exactly. Yeah, both teams got 2 power plays. You wish the Canucks killed off both Winnipeg Jets ones, but they didn't score in there too. So I'd say, I'd say it was the refs didn't make that much of a difference, to be honest with you. In a good way. The refs shouldn't make the difference in the game. A lot of Canucks fans going after Forbert in the comments. All right, Rios, I'll check that out. How come the refs decided to call a penalty late? How come the refs decided to call a penalty late? Noah, what do you mean, as opposed to the rest of the game? Do you think? Well, because I think that was you couldn't not have a a penalty come out of that scrum for sure. Drum, do you think the Canucks should play Berchi before making more trades? No, Drum. I think that Berchi ship has sailed here. I don't see him making the team again, to be honest with you. The Canucks only allowed 1 goal and still lost. Why? They allowed the first goal of the game. Canucks dream, yeah, not enough traffic in front of their goalie. Dexter, the puck bounced when it hit Edler's stick. Yeah, Dexter, I think, in my humble opinion, I think it bounced just as it got to Edler's stick, so he wasn't expecting to bounce up on him a little bit. It's unfortunate. Thoughts on Gaudette's play? Devlin, he was okay. He's got to start hitting the net, and his totals will look a lot better. Remember, he scored almost at a point every 2 game pace, almost 0.5 points per game last season. Yeah, he had 4 shots on net today, and that includes a couple missed ones in 12 minutes. So I guess that's not bad, actually. Is it enough to stick in the lineup? I'm not sure, because I think now's a chance to get Harlock and McEwen back in. Rios, why do these random goalies who play against us always so good? Exactly, Rios. We seem to make backup goalies look like Vezina Trophy winners. Absolutely. Absolutely. Harsinder, focusing on the bright side, there's a prospect who has fallen under the radar but really breaking out now in Utica. Plus, he plays a physical game. What are your thoughts on Gadjevic's start? Yeah, I like Gadjevic. I was pretty high on him when we drafted him, and then I haven't followed them as much. So Harsinder, I know you're a scout, so you would probably know better than I would. But if he's playing well, then that's awesome. That's really good. And I still think he's a year or 2 away from making this team, but there's a chance that he does make this team down the road. Dexter, thoughts on Miller? I thought he was terrible. He cost the Canucks the second goal, and he made so many dumb plays. What's up with him? Yeah, Miller seemed to be getting out of his funk, and then I did notice that he was noticeable in a bad way tonight. A couple giveaways. Yeah, he's been up and down for sure. Raybro, I heard you and Marie has contacted Hopi for a song. I may be wrong on that, but if it's real, how does it feel? Yeah, no, Raybro, we were just joking. The Canucks released a video of Hopi playing his guitar on the road, and then I joked around. Marie and we were texting each other saying, wouldn't it be cool to have Hopi in one of our videos? So no, we haven't reached out to him. We were kind of joking around about it'd be cool though if we did a collab with him one day. Maybe we will, but nothing official just yet. Harsinder's wondering where Jimbo is. I'm pretty sure he'll show up by the end. Nucks fan, interview with Joshua. Thank you. Yeah, Nucks fan, it's up. It's up. I posted it. I don't post it on my own channel, but he posted it on his, and I shared it on YouTube. But if you look up, it's called the Unnamed Sports Show. Maybe by the end of the vlog, I'll post it here. I mean, by the end of this live stream, I can post it here. Give me a sec, guys. I got something in my eye. Maybe because my light's too bright or something. All right. We'll make it work. All right, let's keep on going. Riley said, do you like the Ferrari, Sean, and Ferris Bueller? I haven't watched that show in a long time. Edward Speed cost us the game. Yeah, Taya, but I think anyone would have been caught flat-footed. That was just an unfortunate play. Thoughts on Vertanen? Fangirl, I thought he was good. In 8 minutes, he was noticeable. Gmod, PD is producing points, Clay, but are you worried about his amount of goals? He's got to shoot more. I've been saying this a lot. Like I'm not the guy who's going to yell, shoot, and then I get that sometimes the shot will get blocked and the other team will go the other way. But even Chris Versteeg said it at the second intermission, if you guys heard it, that Pettersson's got to shoot more on the power play, using his one-timer, and just start making guys think. If guys are trying to block it, then you can pass it. You can fake a shot and then pass. Or if guys try and block it and get hurt, then so be it. But you got to just open up more options. That's what Pettersson has to do. Dexter, Edler, get through. Chonger, Vertanen looked noticeable. Good effort. Should have fed some knuckle sandwiches in the scrum. If only we had his God-given gifts, Clay. If only. That's true. If, Chonger, if me or you were on the ice, we would be bona fide fifth liners for sure. Patrick, is there anyone on the Canucks roster who can fight Forbert? I think a couple guys would step up. I actually think Ben would step up, even though he's smaller. I think I could see Meyer stepping up. I could see Zach McEwen stepping up. That's why I have a feeling McEwen and Harlock get into the next game. There you go, Rios. You think Green draws McEwen in lineup? I do. Nate, what do you think about the Hoglander hit? If you're talking about Nate, him on Forbert, I have to watch it again, but the way Forbert reacted, it sounds like he hit him high, which is pretty big because, pretty impressive given that Forbert's 6'4". How come they caught a hooking penalty right before Forbert's rage when Forbert cross-checked Hoglander and I saw Horvat get a high stick earlier? Yeah, no, I think some people weren't happy with the refs in the end, but I'm not going to sit here and say that they called the game. They caused the game, I should say. I think Nate Schmidt is finally showing how good he can be. Yes, Edmund, I mentioned that. I thought he had a great game. Savanija, sorry if that's not how you pronounce it. What do you think about the defense? I thought they were fine, right? The only goal they let in was that unfortunate bounce over Edler's stick. Otherwise, it was an empty net. I thought the defense was good. Harry, hi Clay, how's it going? I'm good. Hope you're well. What do you think of the brawl happening at the end of the game? Your thoughts on the Canucks players stepping up for Niels Hoglander? Yeah, I thought it was great, and I mentioned this in my post-game live stream. I thought it was great that they stood up for him, much more than the Flames stood up for Matthew Tkachuk when Jake Muzzin shot a puck at him at the end of the game. Harstender, 4 goals in 5 games for Gadget. Awesome. Dango says, Ulevi's starting to get comfortable. I agree. Dexter, it should have been 5-on-3 or 5-on-4 at the end. Yes, 5-on-3 because of Forbert's hold, and then Forbert jumping hog. 5-on-4 if you want to call it Vertanen penalty, which would offset. Yeah, I don't know why we didn't have a man advantage at the end of the game. Might have been too little, too late. Aiden McDonough is doing really well too. That's good, Patrick, because I think he's going to be sneaky good for our team as a depth center for sure, or depth forward. Jim Benning's here. Nathan, hey Clay, was Miller beaking Pettersson after the empty net goal? If so, I didn't see it. I have to rewatch that. I did not see that, Nathan. Interesting. Riley, what NHL reverse retro do you think looks underrated? Well, that's a subjective term because everyone's going to think what they want, but I love the Colorado one, Quebec, and I love the LA Kings one. Dexter, when the Canucks were shooting, they looked dangerous. They need to do it more. Yeah, but yes, and they need to get more traffic to the net. Ray Road, do your thoughts on the Canadian Division quarter in the season. Surprised that Calgary's not as good. I'm surprised that Vancouver's not as good. Toronto, Montreal don't surprise me. Vancouver's going to fight with Edmonton, Calgary, and Winnipeg, but today was almost like a must-win game, and it's really too bad the Canucks did not win. Rios, do you remember that play late in third when Miller had the puck and Besser was breaking a partial breakaway, but Miller goes back? Yeah, I remember that. Fangirl, would you take a Prime, Bure, or Naslund right now? Of course I would take them. Dexter, hopefully Vertanen steps up, Clay. Yeah, we'll see if he gets in the lineup again. He only played 8 minutes, but like I said, a noticeable 8 minutes. Schmidt is really fast. Yeah, he showed his speed tonight. Harlock isn't injured anymore, or was he? Or am I going crazy? No, he's been practicing, Nate. He's just been a healthy scratch. Bigo and Eriksson didn't play in the third because if you're down by 1, you're going to play your top 6 and maybe your top 9. If you're up by 1 or 2, then you play your bottom 6. So no surprise there that Bigo and Eriksson did not play in the third. Rios, Clay, you think the Nucks players will go after Forbort next game? Maybe McEwen? Only if it makes sense to do so. I don't think they can afford to take dumb penalties and put themselves at a disadvantage, so we'll see. Savianga, did you think the Canucks should have had too many men power play? I saw that. I was surprised, but whatever. Your comment is important. I mean, when I wasn't upset that they didn't call the too many men. Dominic, hey Clay, I couldn't watch a game because our TV channels are crap. We can only watch them play against Calgary or Edmonton. Oh, that is sucky, but I'm doing fine. Thank you, Dominic. I hope you're doing well as well. Jeff, welcome. Tough loss. Yep. Jim Benning. Jim Benning would have stood up for us and gone after Forbort by talking to him. That's impressive. How come the Canucks never get any good slot opportunities? Great point, Dexter. They were not creating any good opportunities in the slot. Professor Dogwood likes the line brawl. Nathan, Clay, do you think Pettersson gives up too many scoring chances instead of shooting the puck? Yeah, he's got the best shot, if not the best shot, one of the best shots on the team. Why not use it? Absolutely, you're correct. Prime Bury would be fun to watch. Fangirl, would you take a prime Kessler? Yes. So Fangirl, I will take a prime anyone, considering that you're using the word prime. Definitely Bury, definitely Naslin, definitely Kessler, definitely Burrows. I think the question becomes more interesting or trickier when you're saying, would you take a not prime player? Then I'd have to think about it for sure. Gmod, is it me or does tonight feel like a game we really could have used Mott? Seems like a game he would have scored in. Yeah, I definitely think we noticed his absence in the bottom 6 for sure. Rob, hi, do we go with Demko or Holtby on Sunday? I think you go Holtby, not because Demko played poorly, but because Holtby did play well the last game. I'm surprised they didn't go to him tonight, actually. Chris, no problem. Chonger, how much are you offering PD and Hughes next? Oh, talking to Jim. What do you think of the Gorilla Glue craze? I didn't know I just knew that was one lady who glued her hair to her head. I didn't know it was a craze now. I'm not going to take part. Niels, Hoggy is a beast. Hello, I'm new. Welcome. You're always welcome here. Dogwood said, would you take Prime Rib? Who's that? Is that a new player? Or is that someone's nickname that I'm completely missing? Well, we have a new member. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Let's get some love for Chris in the chat. Thank you for becoming a member. Now we're up to 25. We are close to our goal of 30. That is awesome. Thanks a lot, Chris. I really appreciate that. Can we blame this on the refs? Cole, I wouldn't. I'm not going to. Yeah, so obviously I'm really slow because people... Oh, there's the sound effect, and we should see the GIF in a second. I don't get the prime rib joke, so explain it to me. I am not that bright, especially on a Friday night. Chris, once again, thank you. That's awesome. Did the pile up at the end remind you of Bertuzzi and Moore? No, Rios. Admittedly, it didn't. That was a completely different situation, premeditated, a lot of history. No, this was just a typical pile up. I do worry though about all the skates. Right, you worry about the guys at the bottom getting a skate to the head. No one's gonna walk in there and try and kick someone, but still, it is scary. Like even your fingers and go, ugh, just makes me feel a little icky. Thanks again, Chris. That's awesome. Justin, what is it with the Canucks losing games to backup goalies and on nights where they wear New Jersey? I didn't think about the New Jersey's part, but definitely knew about the backup goalies. Dexter says Forbert's mad and jealous of Hoglander because Hoglander's already more relevant just 21 games into his career. Yes, let's get Chris some hype. Thank you. Fangirl, what player stood out to you the most tonight? I would say Virtanen and Schmidt. And Demko. But you want the answer to be Pettersson, Hughes, Horvat, or Miller, right? Yeah, Pearson or Besser, because that's when we have a better chance to win. Jeff, I agree with you. The Canucks are having trouble getting the dirty areas. They need to get there. Remember at the end of the first period when they got 4 shots on net? It was Besser, then it was Juolevi, then it was Pettersson. They needed to do much more of that. Chris says, appreciate the vids. Thank you. And all the people in here, awesome. Yeah, Gorilla Glue to Tide Pods. From Tide Pods. Dill Sauce, hey Clay, do you also yell shoot when they pass the puck so much when we were down? Yeah, I get impatient for sure. And I'm not a guy that yells shoot every time they get the puck, because I get that they're waiting for lanes to open. They're waiting for guys to get to the front of the net. I get that. I truly get that. But maybe on TV it just looks different, but it seems like there is so much out there. Yes, I couldn't figure out prime rib, so if someone wants to explain it to me, I would appreciate it. Or I'm just gonna sit here thinking about it for the rest of the stream. So someone do me a solid and explain prime rib to me. Noah, who would you start next game? Holtby? I'd start Holtby. Chris, you guys are an awesome community. Well, thank you. JC, hey Clay, why are the Jets your second favorite team? JC, thank you for asking. I've explained that a couple times, but I'm happy to do so now. My cousin Dusty was the Winnipeg Jets goaltending coach in their system before he went to LA. So that's one. I love Winnipeg, the city itself. I've been there many times to speak for church things. So I have not a huge connection, but I like the city. I like their players, and because my cousin Dusty had really good things to say about it, I just like them a lot. I think they're, except for Forbert, a good, hardworking, honest team. Okay, now Dogwood's saying nobody explained the prime rib. Okay, we gotta let him figure out. Well, to be honest with you, I'm not gonna worry about it too much, so it'll just be a joke that goes over my head, and I will just live with the fact knowing that that joke went over my head. Inferno Clay, do you think the Canucks should draft? I've never. He's tearing it up in the queue. So Inferno, I think you're trying to get me to say TANK, and that was probably one of the most creative ways to do it. But no, I do not think we should draft that guy because I don't believe he's a real guy. Borja Salming. Yeah, Jeff, I think you and I are of the same ilk. I definitely know who Borja Salming is. Justin, Canucks seem to always lose when they wear new jerseys. Love the vids. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate that. Yes, Jim Benning, just because I don't read your comment out loud doesn't mean I didn't see it. So I see your joke about being in Germany. Thank you. Do you think McEwen should replace Eriksson? Yes, Mills, I do. I think we got to get McEwen in the game for sure. Michael, hey Clay, sorry I couldn't be in the last live stream. I had to sleep early for it. No problem, Michael. You got your priorities straight. That's fine. How do you feel about the Canucks scratching Juolevi after getting his first career goal? Yeah, Nate, I think obviously they wanted to get Chatfield back in, but I think Juolevi's played well. Took a step back in terms of ice time. Remember, he had like 19 minutes last game. Today, he only had 10, but that's because the Canucks were up pushing for offense. So when that's the case, then you use your other 4 of Hughes, Edler, Myers, and Schmidt in different combos. But I think Juolevi's been playing quite well. No, my cousin's name is Dusty Emo. Same name as mine. Yes, thank you, fangirl. You guys are trying to get me to say that word. Yeah, very funny. Appleton. Oh, we got Forbert is a clown. Hey, Clay, do you enjoy Juolevi physical? I'm not sure if you mean his physical game or physically, but yeah, I think he's been good. He's a pretty smart guy, actually, Juolevi, and he makes some really good passes. I've really liked his game. At least Inferno's being honest that he made that that name up. Hi T, who would be on the Canucks goon line, including the goalie? Okay, I believe you're talking about history. So then you got to put did we have a really goon goalie in net? I can't think of a goalie actually who was more of a goon that we had. So I'd go Tiger Williams. I'd go Donald Brashear. I'd go Gino Ojek. Those are my forwards. I would have Harold Schneps and either Didick, Dirk, or Merzen on the blue line. Chris, what did you think of the last one, Hoglander? Was it uncalled for? I think so. Forbert was obviously frustrated. Sean, can we see the Sabres and Canucks fight out to see who the saddest franchise is? Yeah, expansion cousins and both pretty sad. Justin says, talks about moving Gaudette to the top 6 to get him in going and moving Pearson down. Thoughts? Is this to raise his value in a Gaudette trade? Yeah, but Pearson's so good with Horvat. I just have a feeling that Pearson would disappear if you put him on the third line, but we'll see. Gaudette maybe needs to play with some more skilled players to get going, though. It's tough. It's tough when you're losing to try and find that proper balance for sure. Who overall the best game tonight? Schmidt's game, even though Vertanen only played 8 minutes. Noah, did the hit to Forsberg head look that bad? It didn't look that bad when it happened, but Forbert obviously didn't like it. Dexter, Lynn, third right wing next season with Gaudette in the middle. Yeah, I think Colin gets a chance next year, especially if they're looking for cheaper options. What's your favorite place to travel, Clay? Fangirl, our family loves Disneyland. We've been there almost a dozen times in California. I would love to go back to Japan, though. I've only been there once way back in 1989. Oh, Forsberg, Ryan Miller is a goon goalie. Yeah, he was pretty aggressive. That's not a bad pick. Jeff, yes, was funny. Having said that, do you think the Canucks start thinking of trading for picks? I definitely think they need to bring picks in as opposed to send picks out. So, yeah, they got to start recouping some. And I could see that happening if the Canucks are out of a playoff position and near the trade deadline. I could see that happening. Noah, do you think the Canucks will go after him on Sunday, Forbert? And do you think Forbert will still go after Hog? So no, I don't think he'll still go after Hoglander. I think that's done. He knew they were winning. He knew he could afford to do that. It was kind of a cheap play, actually. But I only think the Canucks will go after him if it makes sense to. I don't think they're going to go out of their way to go after him and potentially take a bad penalty. Could you see the Canucks dressing Zach? Yes, Kai. By the way, love the vids. Thank you. Thank you, Kai. I appreciate that. And yes, I do think that McEwen plays next game. Riley, has anybody made Clay say the T-bomb? Yeah, actually, I would not say it the year before. I made a point of not saying it in 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then last year we didn't have to. So every year that the Canucks wouldn't make the playoffs, I wouldn't say it. And then I started talking about it, just reading it because it was natural and I wasn't thinking about being on Team TANK, but now that it's been brought up to me to my own attention, no, I will never say it again. Rios, no, I don't know of Connor, that guy. Nice try. Kluche. David, very good. Kluche would be my pick. Professor Dogwood got me on the prime rib and now he's trying to get me to say the T word. Sean, I don't see what the Canucks see in Chatfield. Are they just throwing a coin and praying he magically becomes a Tanner 2.0? Yeah, Chatfield showed bursts of potential, but yeah, I don't think we should get he's pretty old, right? I don't think we should get our hopes up in him. Oh, I just heard a buzz. That means something else happened, or something's really, really. Something bad's happening. I see later down in the chat. I just heard a buzz, but I don't know what that was. Is that a new subscriber? I don't know. Okay, now there's some shady stuff happening. I see down the road, but I'll get to it when I get to it. I just heard a buzz. Timothy hype sub, but how come there? Timothy G Wong subscribe. Oh, very good. Thank you. Okay, so let me refocus. Thanks for the new sub. I'm just surprised because usually the subs don't come in during the live streams because I'll stop the live stream. I'll say 4 new subs, 8 new subs, and that widget usually doesn't work. Okay, Back to your questions. I got to catch up now because I got distracted for a bit. King. Gmod says, Clay, Tut in King Tut is short for what? I don't know. I actually don't know. Do you think Pearson's a top 6 forward? Rios, I do. Like borderline second line, third line, but I think he's top 6, especially in our team. Cole, what do you think the Canucks are going to do to Forbert? Nothing unless it makes sense. They might challenge him to a fight. If he agrees, then it's done. But it's not like he did something like brutal. It's not like he boarded a guy or injured a guy. So maybe nothing, to be honest with you. Who's starting next game? Harmon, I think it's going to be Holtby. Dexter says Pearson got at Lind if they sign Pearson. Potentially. Inferno says, well, we got Jim Binning, Willie D, and Sean Avery. Great company. Yes, I'm very... Okay, so Andrew's message was retracted. Now I'm very... I can... It's funny. I'm reading off of this computer, but I can see what's happening on this computer. So we'll see what happens when I get there. Harsinder. Don't take my word for it, but the sense I'm getting is that a Sam Bennett trade is getting close. A trade to Boston would be my speculation in exchange for Clifton. Okay. And I do know that Sam Bennett didn't play in the third period today. Matheson, Forsberg, Robin Leonard. Yes, that he's tough. He's tough. JT Miller is best for streaking in and didn't pass it to him. Yes, Sean, I agree with that. Thanks again for the sub, Timothy. Chris, hey Clay. Another one. Do you think the rookies are really showing their stride? Extended question. Do you think the veteran players on the Nucks will take on players or penalties? I'm not sure what you mean about will take on players or penalties. But yes, I think that Höglander especially, but even Juolevi is showing really well today. The season. Andrew just says confirmed, but I don't know what was deleted earlier. Timothy subscribe. Thank you. Thank you, Mod Gods. Clay will remain clueless forever. Yeah, I don't think I need mods to make me look clueless, but I appreciate the mods. They do a good job in here. Do you think the frustration is affecting our play as we are mentally off? No, I think, Dosas, the Canucks had 3 or 4 or 5 really good games in a row, but it just shows that it's very tough to win in this league. If we get a higher pick in the draft, we miss the playoffs, do you think we should take Luke Hughes? And how high do you think he would be drafted? Yeah, that's a good question, Nate. Are people saying that he's like borderline top 5? Like he's not number 1, right? They're saying like kind of in the 5-6 position, I think. But yeah, I think they would consider it, given that then it helps keep Quinn Hughes here long term. Yeah, that's a good question. Oh, take penalties for their young players. We'll see, Chris. I don't think they're going to put their team in jeopardy, though. For every Pittsburgh and Toronto, there's an Edmonton, Arizona, Buffalo. You got it, Jeff. You're a smart guy. Rios. Oh, he said it. What did I say? Now I'm very confused. Can we bring back Megna and Chaput? No, thank you. Chaput. And Lyndon Vey, of course. Yo Mama's here. Michael says, just send Pearson to Toronto. Dexter and Fangirl figuring some stuff out. Thank you. No, yeah, mods, I appreciate all of you. But if someone's trying to be funny or whatever, that's fine. It's more, I don't like it when it's disrespectful or includes vulgarity, racism, bigotry, homophobia, or swearing. But if it's none of that, if it's just goofiness, I'm totally fine with it. But thanks, I appreciate all of you. Yo Mama said, I'd rather have Virtanen than Pearson. Then he says, just kidding. Gmod, his answer was, okay. If the Canucks don't want to re-sign Pearson, does he get traded out before the trade deadline? Harmon, you think the Canucks don't like to do that, but you think that they should. Why not try and get some assets? Because you know that a team that wants to go deep in the playoffs will certainly take them for sure. '21 draft. Anyone can go first. It's so wide open. I agree with you, Rios. Dosas, do you think we need to take more one-timers, and what do you think needs to change offensively? Yeah, one-timers or not, we got to create more traffic in front of the goalie. Cole, now that the 4th spot is 3 points off, do we still have a chance? So seems so inconsistent. Cole, we need to take 9 of these 12 points. Now that we've lost the first one, we need to basically run the table the next 5 games. One Winnipeg, 2 Edmonton, and then another 2 Winnipeg. Obviously easier said than done. But yeah, we can't, as well as we've been playing, we've barely moved in the standings, right? So it's not looking good. Yes, Bertuzzi was good. Dogwood. No, I would not drive one of those machines, Riley. Chris, what's your draft prediction this year, Clay? Have you had any look yet? I'll be honest with you. I am not a big prospects guy. I only worry about the prospects when it comes closer to time to draft or when the Canucks draft them. So I will admit that's probably the weakest part of my hockey knowledge, but I'll learn a bit more as we get closer. But admittedly, I haven't looked at it right now. Jim Benning says he's not trading for picks. He's afraid of public speaking and he doesn't want to go on the stage. Zoom doesn't help. I don't know how to turn it on. Debut Hunter, welcome, 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 Tamer. By which game number do we need to be at 500? Do you think the playoffs? By game 26, because then in the last 30, we got to go like 18 and 12, which is crazy. So I think before we hit Toronto again on March 4, we got to be at 500. And to do so now, we got to run the table, right? Because we're 8, 12, and 1 now. If we got to go 4, 0, and 1 to get to 12, 12, and 2, which sounds crazy. Akash, be honest, Clay. You think Canucks will make the playoffs? The window is closing. Yeah, it is closing. I admit. I'm still optimistic, but my optimism does wane with every loss for sure. Of course, I'll be honest. Rob, do you think they will extend Green before the season ends, or wait till the end and let him go if we don't make the playoffs? I think we're going to keep him no matter what. I don't think he's the issue, and I know he's very well respected, and all the players like him. Miller for Spiza. At least Spiza doesn't turn the puck over. Well, he coined the term pizza deliveries when he was here. Rios, you're gonna have to work harder than that, brother. New subscriber Kyle TCCG. Thank you, Kyle. I appreciate you very much. Bring back Spiza. Might as well bring back Megna. Hey, Nux 649. No problem. Thanks for being here, Nate. Michael Delzato, no, I do not want him back, nor Cecito. Jim Benning, you know what? What do you think of me firing Green and hiring Chiarelli? No, thank you. Chiarelli's, remember, he's not a coach. He's more of a GM anyways. He basically come for your job, Jim. Gmod, think we should have grabbed Wayne Simmons, traffic in front of the net solve. Yeah, if not Wayne Simmons, I think we got to inject that into our play for sure. Nuck 649, happy birthday. Happy birthday. I am sad that the Canucks lost as well. I know when Sean turned 19, I know he's a few years older than you. That was August 2, the first game in the bubble, and the Canucks lost that one as well. So I'm sorry that the Canucks lost. Nucks. Hopefully they'll make it up to you on Sunday night. Yeah, Jeff, a couple other people have mentioned Hughes as a winger. I love his offensive creativity and his IQ. I just don't know how, you bring him in as a winger, then you really disrupt the flow on the back end. About how much cap space gets spent on Pettersson, Hughes, and Demko. I think PD's between, I've always said PD's going to be 9 or 10. Hughes will be 7 or 8. Demko, he's coming off entry level, so maybe he gets 3 or 4. I don't think he's going to get more than that just yet. So you add those up, we're close to 20 million on 3 guys. I think Demko was the best player tonight. I agree with you, Nick. He was good. Jim Benning. Clay must say, no, but I'm never saying Tom Mosquito. Whatever that means, sure. Whoever made that comment about Lyndon Vay, Canucks traded second round 50th pick for him. You know who got drafted in the third round, 79th? Braden Point. Oh, I'm not feeling so good. Do you think Vertanen should be on a different line? I don't know, Dill Sauce. I don't think he's good enough to play in the top 6, so you either put him third or fourth line. Who do you think will win the Hart? You look at McDavid, but you got to look at what Austin Matthews is doing right now for sure. Nucks turned 16 today. Very good. Happy birthday. Happy birthday for sure. Deal Sauce, do you like the reverse retros? I don't mind them. I didn't fall in love with them because I didn't buy one right away, but I thought they were fine actually. I thought they looked sharp. I know High T just right before that said he didn't like them, but that's fine. Do you think anybody will go after Forbert next game? Costas, no, I don't think so. Not out of their way because the Canucks don't want to put themselves shorthanded. Thoughts on Ulevi today? No, I thought he was good. He only played 11 minutes, but I still thought he made some really good passes out of the zone, and it's too bad he didn't score at the end of the first period. That could have changed the game. Why can't we score on Brassard? I have no clue, Nick. I think Kane is winning the heart. Oh, Rios, I never thought about that. Chicago has been very surprising. If Canucks spend about $20 million on those three, what do they do with the rest of the cap space they have, which is about $4 or $5 million? Yeah, they got to sign a bunch of players for cheap. You guys, maybe Podkolzin gets a look. Rathbone and Lynn. So there's three cheaper guys, but yeah, they're gonna have to do something. And then you wonder, is Jim Benning the guy to do that? Is trading draft picks such a bad idea if the junior system isn't producing any good talent during the pandemic? No, I don't think you want to trade draft picks just simply because we saw what happened this year. We didn't have a pick until the third round, and it was very, very bare that way. Dave, why isn't Pedersen shooting more? Your guess is as good as mine. Hey, Schaller Chaput Magna. Yikes. Bim Jennings is here. Clay, you have to change Nucks and ages on your age sheet. Yes, I will do that after I'm done. Thank you. Chris, I got a big question. Demko will be a free agent at the end of the season. Will they sign Demko? He will be a restricted free agent. So yes, the Canucks will re-sign him for sure because he's not a UFA. We don't have to worry about him going to another team. The Canucks will re-sign Demko for sure. I bring McEwen and Harlock in. I agree with you, Costas. Talked about that as well. I agree with you completely. Do you think, Chris says, do you think they will spend, yes, to sign Demko? They will. Gmod, do you hate Matthews' crusty mustache as much as I do? Yes, it is not a good look. Puckles will make the top 9. I agree. Do you think Canucks will make a big trade before the deadline? Kyle, not to improve their team. They're not going to do anything to improve their team. If anything, for this season, if anything, they're going to trade out guys. They should consider trading out guys who are UFAs at the end of the year and get some picks or assets back. Noah, did they send Rathbone to Utica to get him some playing and developing? Absolutely, yes. He wasn't getting any game action on the taxi squad. Clay, would you package up JT Miller for Patrick Laine? I know Laine's contract's pretty big, but I do like him. That's a good question, hell of a shot. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I would do that, though. I think Laine has the potential to be a better player, though, because he's younger, right? JT Miller, last year I would have said no for sure. This year, though, he's been a little inconsistent for me. Ronald Kennens, maybe. Dogwood, is there any sense awarding trophies for highest point scoring if the league is split in 4, essentially make it 4 separate leagues? Would the awards be shared 4 ways? No, they're still going to do it and just try their best to be unbiased and take in different divisional characteristics as they vote. Nux, Clay, if you had to guess how much term PD, Huggy, Demmer will get, what will be your guesses? My guess is PD and Hughes will get 4 or 5 year contracts. It gets them at least to unrestricted free agency. That's kind of like the MO of their agent. So I think it'll be 4 or 5 year contracts and definitely not 3. For Demko, I think if they're sold on him, they could probably go 3 or 4 years with him, 4 or 5 years even. Who goes in the expansion draft from Canucks and not Holtby? It could be Myers, but I actually think Harmon, it'll be one of our younger guys. So because we can't protect all of Mott, McEwen, Gaudette, Virtanen. So it could be one of those guys if they're all here. Sorry, do you think they'll spend the money to keep him as a starter and Holtby backer? Yes, I do, Chris. I think they'll sign Demko as their starter. Harman Dow called out the Winnipeg shutout. What do you mean? That he said it was going to happen? Clay, what other leagues do you watch? NFL and NBA, yes. MLB, no. And CFL, yes. Is anyone as consistent as Hoglander? I think he's been the most consistent for, not necessarily the best, but he's been very consistent in his effort for sure. Do Leafs have a larger cap, or do players take less money to be on a stacked team? Yeah, they spend a lot of money on their big four, their big five. So they don't have a larger cap, that's for sure. All teams got to make it work. All right, thanks, Jim, for being here. Nux, yes, I'd want to sign them for 6 or 7, but they might not want to sign here for 6 or 7. That's the thing. All right, very good, you guys. We are at... Do you have a favorite CFL team? Yes, I like the BC Lions because we live here in BC. All right, friends, we're at 45-minute mark. I will do 3 or 4 minutes of non-Canucks or non-hockey questions. This will be the last one. Do you see Nate staying beyond the season? Yes, I do see Nate Schmidt, excuse me. I see him being here for the long haul. Okay, let's go with non-Canucks and non-hockey questions I'll go to the 50-minute mark. So 3.5 minutes of that, and then we'll wrap up. Non-Canucks, non-hockey questions. Thanks, Chonger. Thanks for being here. I'm sorry I missed whatever you talked about. Clay, what is your favorite NHL arena? I saw a game in Vegas, and it was unbelievable. Just the atmosphere. I like San Jose's arena, too. I haven't been to all of them, though, for sure. Michael, how was your day today? It was great. Thank you. Good day at work. Did some videos for work, and overall went well. Going to look forward to watching Blacklist with my wife as soon as I end this stream. Thank you for asking. Debut Hunter, Tamer, if you could be a paid professional in any sport, what sport would you want it to be? Paid professional, I love volleyball is my best sport. It's the one I'm most bowling. There's not enough money, so I think I don't know. I think basketball. They're great athletes, and they seem to be less wear and tear on your body than say hockey or football. So I'm going to say basketball, even though I'd suck. Hey Clay, what is your normal job during the day? I work for the Catholic Archdiocese of Vancouver in ministries, basically helping churches do their ministry. So training, speaking. That kind of thing. And I work also in our communications office. So I work for the Catholic Archdiocese. Favorite flavor chips, ketchup. Favorite NBA team, Raptors. Used to be the Suns when Steve Nash was there. Did you see Embiid drop 50? No, but I saw some tweets that he had a good game. I didn't know it was 50. What was your dream job as a kid? Professional musician. How much would it cost to remove the maroon seats and put in blue ones? Probably too much. Too much for Aquilini, so I don't think it's going to happen. What do you think Dr. Bonnie Henry will give us the safe 6 back? As long as the numbers don't go too crazy, it could be at the end of this month, start of next month. Maybe before spring break, maybe. Do you have a favorite car logo? Not into cars. What's your favorite team besides the Canucks? It's the Jets, actually. Favorite European city? I've only been to Rome, actually. I've only been to Rome, but I want to go to Paris. But I do like Rome for obvious reasons. What's your favorite restaurant in Richmond? Matsuyama, Japanese restaurant. Favorite all-time jersey? Ooh, that's a good one. Favorite all-time jersey? I don't have a lot of jerseys that aren't Canucks jerseys. Kyle, I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one. Favorite all-time jersey? Yeah, it's kind of sad. None really stick out. I'm thinking of NBA jerseys, and I don't know, maybe classic Lakers, to be honest with you. Back when it was Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I thought those yellow ones were pretty sharp. Thanks for a great stream, Clay. You're welcome. Dill Sauce, how many jerseys? I own about a dozen. Mostly all Canucks. I got some Winnipeg Jets t-shirt and stuff. One Team Canada, but mostly all Canucks. And in fact, I did a jersey video one day, but maybe I'll count it. But I think it's about a dozen. No, I haven't seen Brokeback Mountain. Hell of a shot. No, I do not like the smell of gas. No, I haven't watched UFO Hunters. Yes, Dexter, very good. It is Shawshank Redemption. Coming to America is my second. At their best, oh gosh, I think I take Crosby. That's so tough to say. I think I take Crosby at their best. Favorite actor, Denzel Washington. Sean, I did look up those movies, but I haven't watched any of them. But I took a screenshot and I will look them up because some of them are pay and I'm so cheap. Favorite movie, Shawshank. Being snowmobiling, no. Pitch hit on drums for any band. Which band? Oh, it'd have to be a rock band, not a R&B band. Although I like R&B, or maybe a good gospel band. But you know, if I had to pinch hit, let's say something like U2 or something. Although that drummer is really good. Favorite female wrestler. I do like Bianca Belair. Favorite Disney movie? Let's go Up. That's Disney, right? Favorite team besides the Canucks? Jets. Have you heard of our been to Jam Cafe? No, I haven't. Been to Florida? Yes, a couple times. Once to speak, once for work at a conference, and once with family. Who would you meet if you could meet two different Canucks and go to dinner with them? I think Nate Schmidt. He's got a good personality, and maybe Bo and Nate. Favorite basketball player right now you love to watch? Oh, that's a good one. Is it bad if I say LeBron? I still enjoy watching LeBron, although I like watching the Greek Freak as well. Thoughts on NBA All-Star games? Have they changed the format? I have to read about it. In the past, just meh. Favorite Pope? I always have affinity to St. John Paul II. Favorite GM? It's you. I actually like Gillis. Favorite pizza topping? Ham and pineapple. Did you see Horvat try the bank pass? Yep. Favorite NFL team? Seahawks. Okay, very good. We're at 52 minutes. Thanks, you guys. For those of you that saw my tweet, my next Zoom chat, see if you can get this and just type it into the comments if you already know. I said my next Zoom chat guest will appeal to anyone, any Canucks fans that in their family have a papa, a mama, a teen, a baby, a grandpa, an uncle, and even a buddy. So tell me if you can figure that out when I say all those things. And yes, horror movies. Yeah, I like them tamer, but my wife doesn't. So if you can figure out who my next Zoom guest is from that, papa, mama, teen, baby, grandpa, and uncle, let's see if you can name it in the comments. And if I don't see it in the comments, I won't even have to say it, and you guys can see it on Monday. So I'm recording my next Zoom chat on Monday night. But before that, we have a game on Sunday, Vancouver and Winnipeg once again. And then if I can fit one in on Sunday, I will do my next What Were They Thinking video as well. So, yes, Forbert is a clown. Is it A&W? Very, very good. Do you know who A&W is, though? That's the question. Okay, guys. Thanks, guys and gals. Thanks a lot for being here tonight. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Like this video before you go. I appreciate you being here. Smaller crowd tonight, but Friday night, no problem. Always smaller crowd after the Canucks lose. So let's hope we're talking about a Canucks win on Sunday night. So thanks again for being here. I know that you guys can be doing anything else, but I appreciate that you were here with me tonight. And of course, as always, subscribe if you like to, like this video if you like to. Consider becoming a member of this channel if you like to. So welcome, Chris, as a new All-Star member. I will add you to the video descriptions going forward. And for anyone who also subscribed during this live stream as well. So enjoy the start of your weekend. I hope you take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Stay healthy. And yeah, let's hope for a better Canucks performance on Sunday night. Dexter, you are correct. I just saw it at the very end. So have a great night. God bless. And go Canucks go. Booyah.